Welcome, welcome, welcome to this edition of the Body Harmonics Podcast. I'm Renee McLaughlin, and I am shared by my co-host today, Monica Goos. And today, you guys, we're going to be talking about red, white, and blue light. We realized that it was red, white, and blue light we were going to be talking about when we kind of got together to share this podcast. So, what does that mean? Well, there is so much light therapy already out mainstream. It's been out, it's been proven to be super effective in so many different ways. Each of the different light therapies have their own um, impact, what it is that they're actually working on. And so today, Monica and I are going to be sharing information with you about how each of those work specifically. I don't mean getting into the details, I'm talking high level, but also how they can work synergistically. You know, in our society, we're so black and white, either this or that, good, bad, all that stuff. When really, when we're looking at integration, it's stacking. How can we stack to get the most out of all of it? So, thanks for joining me today, Monica. And I think that we ought to start today on what I'm going to call the blue light on terahertz. Monica and I met over the terahertz blower and we just became soul sisters over that. So we thought this would be a great place to start. So, Monica, share a little bit about what you learned about the terahertz, specifically also as it relates to blue light.
Yes. So actually, it's the blue light that is creating that terahertz frequency. And the tera actually means like trillion. So the frequency is extremely high. It moves, the light moves a trillion times a second. We can't even wrap our minds around what that even means. But through the law of resonance, our cells want to elevate and match that. Of course, we're not going to match that frequency, but that's how it works, is it begins to raise the frequency. And I had great results with the terahertz frequency wands. I absolutely love it. I still use I dry my hair with it, have since I got them, and dry myself with it every day when I get out of the shower. So it is, it really does help to, get your circulation going, and it heals on very deep levels. So I absolutely love the terahertz frequency wand. And using it in conjunction, most of us have, or I should say many of us have, lots of devices at this point, right? Like usually you get one and then you find, oh, this one is doing this and this one's doing that. So they can work together, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, it is that blue light that has that frequency band and that wave that brings, and it's a specific type of blue light. I know there's a lot of talk right now about, the blue light in the screens and this and that it's different. It creates that terahertz frequency, and that's how you're getting the results.
Thank you for that. And that's really specific to the health blowers that we shared with people through Prife. I know there are other terahertz. I don't know that the blue light is what creates it in all devices. So we're speaking specifically to that. And those devices are wonderful at microcirculation, which is exactly what Monica said. It was great at opening up energy or meridian channels. It did not work deeply down into the body. It was a little bit more surfacey and working through the water waves of the body. In other words, the lymph, which is a wet substance, and the meridian lines, etc. So it was really good at that. It also structures water. And so we all like used that structured water, meaning it made the water much more absorbable into our cells. Um, and of course, gave it the terahertz frequency because water holds frequency and it holds information. So put that aside for a moment. So
Right. And it also raises the frequency of, I mean, we're made of mostly water. So we raise that frequency within and we restructure the water within. And I know for myself in my own journey of awakening, my frequency needed to be raised at that time. I was in a very low space, you know, energetically, mentally, emotionally. So it raised my frequency to get me to the next level. And then that next level did 2 years there. And now I've leveled up again from that. So there's a journey that happens, and everything takes you to the next thing. That's one thing I've learned recently is, you outgrow everything and bring in the next thing, because we're always expanding our consciousness. And as we expand our consciousness and grow, then we're going to get new toys to play with. So that's kind of where we're at.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So true. So now red light therapy is also very, very big with the red light beds. And I know I have a red light belt and I have a red light watch. And red light is wonderful, and it helps to enhance our DNA, gives us energy. It does a lot of beautiful things. It's great for your skin, and it's used a lot of times even in cosmetic uses and aesthetics. So wound healing. I mean, there's a lot of great things with the red light therapy. So now we have the blue light. And by the way, what we're talking about with that blue light in the PRIFE specifically is, originally it was thought that it was just like it would just show you directionally. And then Monica had worked with some engineers who were really looking at it. And that was where she learned about that blue light, because I was really intrigued by that as well. I didn't realize that. So that's a little bit of new information, maybe for a lot of us, but was myself included. So we've got the blue, we've got the red, and now we'll call it the white light. Now we have the biophotons. And biophotons, if you want to know, like, okay, Renee, just give us the 1, 2, 3. Like, why is that so wonderful now? What's that all about? And I'm going to tell you in a nutshell why it's so wonderful. And then obviously there's a lot more conversation. It penetrates down to our DNA level, to our DNA, what we are made of. We are made of light. We are made from the biophoton. And that's why it's so important. And Monica, I'm going to pass it over to you to explain that DNA level.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, there is a short YouTube. If you just Google it, or go on YouTube, it shows that at the point of conception, there is a light, a flash of light that happens as soon as the sperm enters the egg. That is a biophoton. That is the light of your creator. And that holds your light codes. Everybody in the metaphysical and New Age, we all talk about the light codes, and we're getting light codes from the sun. Yes. And that creates a halo around that connection of the sperm and the egg. Now, when that splits, the light continues. So it's that light actually informs. It puts the light codes from creator of how to create your body, how your physical body is going to grow, comes from the information in that light. And that light informs, so those are stem cells, right? So that light will continue to inform your cells as to how they're going to replicate throughout your life. So what Gary, the founder of Illumis, realized under the microscope was that healthy cells have a really bright, beautiful halo of light around them, and they're perfectly round. And that the ones that have become unhealthy are distorted in shape, and their light gets dimmer and dimmer. So when the light is dim, there's not that ability to inform how the cells are going to replicate. So it is absolutely fundamental that we increase our light and keep our light quotient high. So what these devices do and what the biohealing stream does is it radiates this biophotonic light. This is light from creator, and I could show you, this is one of the devices, and this actually powers the healing stream. And there's a geometry on the inside, and what that does is similar to how, we all know that Nikola Tesla pulled electricity from the ether with his gadgets. Well, this geometry inside here, this was several years of them, Taya, Gary's partner, connecting to source, getting this information, like what this looked, in order to pull the biological photon, so the living light, sunlight, from the ether, and it only emits. So as you're in the presence of this or the biohealing stream, you will be receiving this light. And, over the years, our ability to absorb light has been reduced by things like environmental toxins and lack of grounding. A lot of people know about grounding and earthing, they call it. Get your feet on the earth. Ever since we had, rubber bottomed shoes, we've been disconnected from the energy of the earth. Not good. This stops our ability. It distorts our ability to be able to receive that light. So there's a tip for you guys. Do that whenever you can. Feet, on the earth directly. So it's all about increasing our light so that our bodies can become more and more in alignment with their original design.
Wow, that was beautifully said, by the way. Thank you. And there's another part to it too, which is, well, number one, I just want to kind of put a little bit of a push pin in a exaggeration around, yes, it's light, but it's light carrying information. It's information and codes. So even in the water, because we always recommend when somebody is in the biostream, when we're streaming it, put your big jug of water there, because yes, it's going to structure it, meaning it will change the structure and make your cells much better able to absorb it, but it's also adding the biophoton information, the new codes that are coming in to allow our bodies to handle all the stress, everything that's going on around us, and to stay raised in a higher vibration so that we can get above the stress, above the negativity, so that we can really see and feel and experience what's really happening up here, not down here, what we are being programmed to think is really going on. Yeah, sorry. A little
Yeah, well, another thing that's really different about this and sets it apart is it does not require an external source.
Right.
It is a source. It is not a resource. It never has to be recharged. It is continually, even if it's in a bag, it continually pulls the biophotons from the atmosphere, from the ether. So it does have an intelligence as well. So because it has, light has intelligence. So if someone is in the proximity of one of these and they really don't want to receive that light for whatever reason, it will honor their free will. It will not impose its light on anyone who's not open to it. So
very, very important.
Yes.
And maybe two other things too that we can just kind of highlight. One is, you don't really need to know anything
Right.
If you're sitting in the biostream, we recommend listen. They come with protocols, with a meditation. It's recommended that you listen to the meditation, you focus on what's happening, you're moving the light through the body, and that's absolutely helpful. You have an intention, but honestly, your body's still absorbing. It's still going to get those biophotons, and because it's intelligent, the light knows it's going to go to where there might be some darkness, some blockage in the body. It's going to do that because it's intelligent. No, I say that not as opposed to, but what's a little different from perhaps the terahertz blowers, right? It was, we had very specific, okay, you want to blow this way, you want to go this way. People were like, well, give me the manual. And if I have this is a specific way I have to do it. And I don't know how to do it. And, there was a lot of confusion over, am I doing it right? And will I get a result? And with the biohealing stream, sit in it. Yes. Bring your
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah, and
Right?
use your intention, right? So the intention directs it. And even when I listen to the ones with the pre-recorded protocols, and there's 21 different protocols, that leads you through different body systems or emotional issues. And you can still add your own intention. Like if there's something specific that you want addressed, your intention guides the light in addition to what's being dictated through or narrated through the meditation, through the guided meditation. And one of them is no narration at all, just the stream, so that you can listen to your favorite meditation that you already have.
Right. Beautiful. And that's what Monica and I do a lot. I'll tell you what, I do it a lot of times while I do Qigong, and or I'll be doing grounding movements. So there's just lots of ways. So let's just kind of put a bow around this,
Mhm.
to say too that we're not saying that the biohealing stream is the only thing now. That's it. We're saying, you can stack. It's not only this or only that. What a beautiful way to, especially if you already have some red light devices or equipment. If you have a terahertz health blower of any kind, whether it's price for any of it, yes, use those. Use those for what you're using them for now, and add in the biohealing stream so that you actually get this beautiful synergy of all this beautiful light and all the codes.
Mhm.
Right now, we all need as much support as we can possibly get. And these are just such beautiful, non invasive, relatively affordable ways that we can help ourselves. And I do also just want to say too, if you don't have any of the other devices, etc., and you've maybe looked at them and maybe it was above your affordability, I think you will find that the BioStream is very affordable, especially when you look at that everyone in the room that you're streaming gets this, including your pets, all in one session. And also, every time you do a session, the stream has been programmed that a certain percentage is going to help our beautiful Mother Earth. A small part of it will go to those of us, our loved ones, as long as their free will agrees to it. And it portion is also going to help raise and help the consciousness of the planet.
The
So not
collective consciousness,
the
yeah.
collective. So not only are you helping yourself, loved ones, we're also doing our part to help the earth and consciousness
Mhm.
raise.
Yeah, and I just want to add, so these devices are available. There's this one, and there's also a pair of little ones. Actually, I have them in my pocket. Um, they're going to be very rare because only like 30 or 40 at the most can be made in a month, and they're not going to make them forever. That's why the biohealing stream was created, because they are rare. And this is this light is something everyone needs. And when the it's made so that if you have a stable internet connection and you have a device, it's going to stream that light directly through your device into your environment and help you to increase that light of the cells that are have that light are healthier and they're stronger. So I love that there's a way that this can be shared globally. There's no restrictions as to if you have an internet connection and a device, you can enjoy and get the benefits of the biohealing stream.
Absolutely. And by the way, when Monica's speaking of device, all she's talking about is a computer, a laptop, an iPad, a phone. Okay, that's a device. You're not buying anything else to
Right.
be able to do that. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Thank you.
So one of the other wonderful things about the biohealing stream is that Illumis they have done such a beautiful job in allowing us to share one free session with anyone who would like to experience that. And so wherever you're looking, you can look in the bottom, you can send us an email to bodyharmonics@substack.com. Just put free session in and we will make sure that you get a link to do that with some tips on getting the most out of it. And you can just experience this beautiful light. And you can even do it while you're doing your red light or your terahertz.
Yeah, and what most people experience is that tingling that happens because the DNA is being vibrated, and it is the fastest way to get you into the parasympathetic so that you're out of that fight or flight, that stress mode. And most people find that they're very calm and very relaxed, and many, especially if you're sensitive to energies, you'll feel the tingling as well.
Yeah,
So
it's beautiful. Whenever you need a time to just relax and give yourself space.
And you get 2 30-minute sessions a day when you sign up for the subscription.
Which is beautiful.
Awesome.
All right, Monica. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have found this helpful. And until next time,
Thank you.
move freely, heal deeply, and flow with ease and light.